Hello and welcome to this new episode of Open Book Entrepreneur. Today we have Amanda here with us. She's the Fix It Queen, and she fixes businesses. She fixed a lot of different things. And Amanda, please introduce yourself to our audience.
Oh, thank you for having me, Tony. It is a gift and a pleasure and my service to participate to help entrepreneurs that are watching your podcast that are curious. I am Amanda, the Fix It Queen. I fix things as a trades contractor of over 25 years. I fix marketplaces as a technology founder, helping the community connect with the contractors or service businesses that they're seeking help from. But more importantly, Tony, in order to do any of that, I get to fix and help people with the matter of mindset. And as part of our consulting programs through my turnaround firm, Bring More Value, that is the pillar of coursework that we go over is the framework of restoration of the mind and readjusting the approach towards your dreams to make them real.
Absolutely, yeah. So you have, as we talked about in the green room, you have several businesses that you're running, and one of those is obviously trackitpro.io. So can you tell us a
Yes.
little bit more about this business?
Yeah, Track It Pro, interestingly enough, I am a second technology founder. This is not my first rodeo, meaning my first technology expression was called Bid My Vid. And it was a very simple concept to allow clients to be able to pick up their device, uh, open their camera, and shoot a video and say, I need this fixed. I don't know what it is, but it's hanging out of the wall, and contractors would be able to watch it and give them price points remotely to reduce the carbon footprint that it takes to give estimates. So Bid My Vid was my first technology launch into a market. And that's where I say I fix marketplaces, because if we can just remove the barriers that keep people from instantly connecting when they need help. From there, Bid My Vid evolved into what we now call Track It Pro. It was very clear that as I got into switching from wearing tools and being a trades contractor, I operated my own trades and construction firm that had three different divisions between electrical, plumbing, water treatment. I got into a double rollover accident, and it caused me to see a gap of what was causing blue collar businesses to hit a wall. So Bid My Vid came to be to fix what I call lead generation and customer cost of acquisition margins. But when we got through that expression, it was so clear. It doesn't matter how many free connections or low cost connections are made if the contractor or business owner, because what we teach is universal, it works for all types of businesses. But when you do that, it still didn't fix the real problem. It didn't fix performance. It didn't fix what I call the end in mind before you begin and getting contractors or service businesses to their exit point. We would give them as many as they wanted in terms of opportunities with community to connect for jobs. But they weren't running a margin towards their exit. So enter Track It Pro. It is a performance tool and a field tool for contractors and service-based businesses. And it helps with some of the fun features, automated the pre-programmed profitability for each business, so they can start to reserve the cushion that they need to stabilize and to scale and to stabilize and scale and eventually to get to a sale or an exit. So Track It Pro is a performance tool, a business performance tool. It doesn't work off of financial data like most business tools where they have dashboards for, how much gross revenue you made. It works from other pulse checks in the business that are non-financial data points that help adjust the performance to increase those other dashboards of financial and pre-programmed profit. So that's what Track It Pro is. It still does lead generation. It still reduces customer cost of acquisition and aligns clients to their contractor services or service businesses, but more so, it is an automation tool to help contractors implement the fundamentals that we teach and bring more value, because just because you know it doesn't mean you use it. So we're a big fan of taking what you know and using it in that very next minute to make it a go, to make you catch momentum. So many people, they'll watch podcasts, they'll go to seminars, they'll do at-home courses, at-home learning, but they fail to use it. So they fail to start making adjustments, and that's what I'm really passionate about, is helping people actuate a new principle and a new mind. Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's really interesting. So you mentioned obviously a number of contractors and stuff. So who would be like sort of ideal client for Track It Pro?
Yeah, Track It Pro's ideal client would be service-based businesses, electricians, plumbers, HVAC, flooring, carpentry, really any businesses that are needed at your home or business when it comes to repairs or things that are unforeseen. It does work for contractors that do like new construction and phase work, contractors that are doing remodel work, but really any type of service-based business. You could be cleaning, you could do flood fire mold restoration. You could do general contracting. We have clients that do landscaping and clients that do architectural deck building, things like that. Anything where you as a client need a contractor to come to your house to do something. And that's the ideal client for the software. It does have some functionality to be used as a general tool for businesses, as it works more so on tasks, assignments. So it has some duality, but for the software itself, it's mainly blue collar service trades, service and repair or remodel contractors. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and obviously you mentioned that it helps with lead generation and stuff. So what are the other features that are helpful for the contractors?
Oh, well, there's too many to list, Tony. We started out with lead generation in a way to close the gap to save time. The biggest thing to understand is everything has a renewable function except for time. Once you use it, it's gone. So being effective with it and having contractors be able to take less time driving to go look at something. A lot of times contractors, you'll get a call, you'll try to tell them, I have this thing that's hanging out. They'll say, hey, send me some pictures. You text them, and all of the communications all over the place. So we started there, but then we simplified the way that information is captured and information is documented. So it has other aspects that reduce liability and minimize liability when it comes to change orders, when it comes to phase work. It has the ability to run teams structure, so it does scheduling with a full dispatch board. We're in the process right now of taking one of the features that we call notes, where they're able to basically make a note, and they're able to from there take an upload and then automate some of the bookkeeping side. So it does scheduling, it does team management, it does communication, it does invoicing, merchant processing. It's really what I call a multi-tool, right? So if you think a Swiss Army knife, but this is a digital Swiss Army knife for the contractor's tool belt. It's a tool that's missing from their business. So I look at it very much like that. But one of the bigger things that's within it is a feature and function that allows contractors to proactively plan their margins by just having some known variables of cost of goods, hard costs, time on site, time off site. And with those variables, we help them mold or craft an expression that protects the profitability so they don't discount or reduce their bids past a point of profitability or even equalized exchange. I see a lot of contractors competitively out there, and they have a bid for 3,000. The client says, well, I have this guy that, is going to do it for 2,500, but I'd love to use you. Is there something? And they'll match the bid. but they don't realize that that $500 difference is the difference of them sustaining or getting into what I call a circling the drain pattern, where they do jobs at a loss, just a slight loss, and they find themselves having to chase the next margin, and they create a perpetual circle the drain, and then they have one job that spirals them up a little bit, and then they do it again and they circle the drain. And so the tool very much has some performance features in it that at this time I can't go too far into it because they are proprietary and we're working through patent pending status, which is very exciting. Hard to patent software, but we have a couple features in there that are absolutely front runners when it comes to innovation into a very antiquated we'll just say industry vertical between service and trades and blue collar contractors.
Wonderful. I really love this sort of explanation or metaphor that you used. I mean, it's just wonderful. It happens in many businesses, and can you tell us like how mindset actually gets into this?
Yes, it's the cornerstone. In our coursework, we offer two syllabuses. The first syllabus goes over what I call ideation. It deals with the side that is we'll just say pieces. It's not exactly one whole thing that you could, grab and touch. It's just the concept of the cup, right? But you still need to then move to the other side, which is syllabus 2, which is implementation. Each of those courseworks, in terms of what's within them, are tailored to go from ideation to implementation, to go from a dream to reality, to go to something that you can grab and share, whether it's a service or a product. So the first course in the ideation syllabus is called Matter of Mindset, and we have crafted several custom tools that don't exist in the world of psychology and mental health. They, as a business owner, I went through a lot of challenges and adjustments. And when I sought help, the standard things that they would teach people in counseling, they weren't doing it for me, Tony. They were actually causing me to fall deeper into an abyss, feeling lost. So the Matter of Mindset course are we'll just call them custom fabricated tools from my machine shop to help people truly leverage back onto a plane where they feel possibility. Matter of Mindset course and what we teach in there has some practices as well as some actual tools that we use as what I call anchor pieces. And how this all works in is I have so many people come to me for help with their business. And I will tell you this, Tony, there is never anything wrong with their business.
Hmm.
Yeah, it might need a manual. It might need some processes. It might need some consistent, service operating procedure. Yeah. But there's really nothing wrong with the business. There's some polishing that has to get done in terms of the logic of how it works. What usually is a stunt and what usually is a block is how the business owner is seeing that business. And that's where we get into the adjusted state of their mental perspective and adjusting the lens that they have as a layover when they look at their business that might be missing just a spare tire. But to them, the spare tire is the front tire, and they can't seem to move forward
Fix
because
it.
they
They
feel
can't
like
fix
they
it.
need this. They can't. So me as the fix it queen, one of the fun things about me is I'm a trades contractor, right? I do all the fun things. I can fix things. I can remodel things. I love restoration. But where my core training comes in is I'm a certified automotive mechanic. So I understand how to plane systems, multiple systems, and the communication, right? Wire harnessing to get all the sensors to be able to get a vehicle moving at 100 plus miles an hour down the road. So that takes a certain type of ingenuity. And as a mechanic, it's not hard for me to do that in application to the mind and restoring it to what I call factory settings and getting you back to the best states of mind, which is curiosity. If you can remain in curiosity in terms of that emotional frequency, you're going to get a brain wave out that is going to be leaving yourself open to opportunity. You're going to start aligning things. You could walk outside and see a totally different world than when you walk out and you're still from the mind of missing the spare tire for your business. Do you need no drive the car on the road and go forward. In that turn around the corner, you're gonna run into, an auto, shop, and you'll get a spare tire over there. But most people don't even move their business car out of their driveway because they don't feel it's complete. They don't feel like it's whole. So going back to your question, if the how does the matter of mindset play? It plays as the cornerstone
Yes.
of your business's opportunity and receptivity and future progress, because without you having the right, we'll just say, the right calibration in your mental state, you won't even move. I know business owners that come to me to start up, and they have everything, but they're missing, like I said, that one piece. They're missing, let's just call it, if we're looking at a car again, they're missing the hubcaps. And I'm like, this has no bearing on the mechanical function of you getting out there and starting to get data on what it is you can calibrate and perform. What's your miles per gallon? Do you have a little bit of, what I consider a death wobble in your steering that you need to pull over and tighten up some areas of the business? Until you start moving the business, you'll never know. You'll just think which will cause you to sit in the driveway. So yes, the matter of mindset is a crucial piece. And if you are able to master that course, you will be able to take any of the other courses within either syllabus to their fullest potential, because you yourself are not going to be the roadblock to your adjusted state and being open to learn. So curiosity, and having excitement, and being, I call it seeking. When you're able to seek, you can move towards your goals with a state of excitement versus a state of anxiety, right? If you
Totally.
don't move into a seeking. So hopefully that helps you understand. And with your big brain in the back, right?
Yeah.
For your logo, you probably understand this on a few different levels, because your light bulb in the back, that truly is a beacon within, let's just say, a symbol of what your brain needs to see light, possibility, love, hope, and have nothing but faith that if you see it in your mind, it's done here. It's just a matter of timing. You don't get to say when or how. You just get to say what from the idea in your mind. And then you get to move towards it.
Totally. Yeah. Such a good point. And also, I really agree with a lot of things that you mentioned, and everyone watching us. If you agree, drop us a like. Also, if you have any questions for Amanda, you can drop them down in the comments, and obviously trackitpro.io, and also I'll include all the other links as well in the description of this episode, so you
Yes.
can connect to Amanda. Amanda, thank you so much for being a guest today. Thank you all for watching and listening to this episode. If you liked it, again, as I said, drop us a like, subscribe, and see you all in the next episode. All the best, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.